it's a little trickier here. But this is it's the arch. Walt and Lena stood there, overlooking Noto Beach. Get some footage to show you now.
Tuesday, 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 Tuesday.
Convinced Mick to give the cello a try. Let's observe.
Hey, this is cool. Alright, so I'll stop.
Nick, good wedding so far?
Thanks. Are you asking? Yes, thanks. I'm glad I came.
Plans for the rest of the day?
Just gonna watch the sunset into the sea. We can basically just put out a vibe on this side. Wedding vibe. I'll get to the end of the evening without too many
missteps, maybe?
We won't call them missteps. We'll call them lessons learned.
There we go.
Day one. Day one. So we're just watching his back.
It's day one. He needs some hand holding.
Yeah. Otherwise, just look at this.
Look at this.
What else do you need? What else do you need for kids?
Nothing.
Sunset, you've got water,
We don't have the Brun and Durr anymore though.
So Walter, he's a really complicated client.
Hey Walter, hey Lena, it's Justin here, checking in from Massachusetts. Wanted to send you a message as you get ready for your big day, and more specifically, your marriage together. So I have two pieces of advice, one for Walter, one for Lena, and let's start off with one for Lena. Now, for as long as I've known Walter, which is probably close on 25 years, if not longer, he's been a man of purpose and very serious about the plans and the purposes that God has for him. And it's been something that I've seen him wrestle with over the course of time, and something that he takes incredibly seriously. Now, a man of purpose needs a woman at his side. That much is true. But more specifically, he needs a woman who will give him courage. And I think that's one of the greatest gifts that you could be to Walter, is to be that gift of courage when he needs those moments of courage to step even further, to jump even further, to run faster, to aim with more precision and focus at the plans and purposes that God has for him and that he has in his heart. For you to be that gift of courage to him will be phenomenal. He will love that, and let me tell you, you will love having a courageous man at your side. It's going to be incredible. Now, secondly, Walter, what about you? A little bit of advice for you as you marry Lena. Lena, clearly, from the little bit that you've told us, is also a woman of incredible purpose, drive, ambition within the kingdom and the plans and the purposes of God. And the reality is that life is an incredibly adventurous thing, but it's also long. And there are moments where we are in the heat of the battle and we're in the heat of the height of God's plan and purposes. And there are also moments where it dies down and it seems to be quiet and a resting, and in many instances, a frustration when we're not actively moving forward and living in what God has for us. Now, in those moments, I think it's the man's responsibility to continue to set the vision, set the pace, and say, all right, it may be frustrating now. Maybe this season of life prevents us from actively engaging in what God has for us in the exciting sense, but we're still moving in that direction. And so to be supportive during those phases of life, as well as alongside and gung-ho in the exciting moments of life, I think is going to be vital. So you can see that these two notions come together in the fact that both of you, I think, have an incredible purpose within the Lord. And without a doubt, you're going to be stronger together. I love that that kind of cliche saying that 1 + 1 = 3 sometimes. So mathematically 1 + 1 = 2, but when two come together, there's an exponential multiplier which is added into the mix, particularly if God is in that mix. And I think you'll find that happening in your relationship. I could go on and on, but I'm going to stop right here and just send you loads and loads of love. Enjoy the day and love you very much, guys.
So Lena and Walt, sorry we can't be there with you today. We would love to have shared the day with you. And I have some bubbly here anyway. So a toast to you and to the future that you have together. So we had some questions to answer about Walter. What's going to make Walt a particularly good husband, knowing him? And there's sort of three things that I'd point out, and the third one kind of leads on a little bit. So the first thing is that Walt is he's absolutely firm in so many ways. He's a rock and somebody you can rely on as a husband, trustworthy and a really great guy. So you have a catch as a starting point. Secondly, his life is founded on the true rock, and he's a theologian. In fact, he's my go-to theologian. If ever I have any questions, or people in house group or church have any difficult questions, or life, Walt is my theologian on speed dial. So that's a pretty good thing to have in a marriage. And then the third thing is humor. He is always quick with a quip. And he's great for keeping humour going, even in the most difficult situations. But on the point of humour, one of the things Walt will do at times is deflect a difficult situation with a bit of humour. So communication. If there's a bit of advice that I need to give you, Lena, is make sure he communicates. He's not that great on text. So we'll often get some humorous comments, we'll get some good theological debate, and numerous other things. One of the things we struggle to get sometimes is clear updates about life and about serious things. For example, when asked about how things were progressing with Lena some months back, he said, well, we might see how things are going. He was very non-committal in his responses, where in reality he was about to propose. So communication is one of those things you'll have to help him with. I think we'll help from our side as best we can, but I'm sure you'll get on top of that. And I would say that waterboarding is a perfectly plausible form for Walter. Just get him in the bath, get his head right down there, and then have him have him talk about it. No?
Hey guys, so excited to be sharing the day with you guys, and it's been fantastic just spending this week with you and getting to know you, Lena, and just spending some time with you, Walt. I'm so happy for both of you. It's really awesome to see you guys together, and I think you're a really great fit. Lena, I think you're going to be great for Walt. I think you're a perfect match for him, and I think he's a good fit for you as well. I think he's going to keep you on your toes. If I could offer you guys any advice for your marriage, I would say keep kindness alive. Keep politeness alive. Say please and thank you to each other. These small acts are so easy to neglect. Once you get married, once you're living with somebody, you see them all the time, and it's so easy to just kind of see past each other a little bit and live past each other. But these two little things, just saying please and thank you and just considering the other person just in these tiny things, it changes your whole mindset and it changes the whole way you interact. And so I would say that would be my one little piece of advice. But all the best. We love you lots and can't wait to spend the rest of the day with you guys. Bye.
Walt and Lena, congratulations on this really special day. We're thrilled for both of you. Since the moment that it was announced and now as the excitement's been building, I know that both of you will just be thrilled to be celebrating today as you commit your lives to each other. We've been asked to give a few words of advice, which I feel privileged to do. And I think the advice that I have is just that marriage is an incredible gift, one of life's great gifts, I think. And the opportunity to commit and share your life together is just incredibly special, where you'll both live together, love each other, and learn from each other in so many different ways is something to behold. And so I know both of you have put God at the center of your relationship, and I know that will stand you in good stead in the years ahead. And so as the three of you get involved in this relationship and commit to each other, I just want to wish both of you all of the best. And I hope you have an incredible day, and we're looking forward to hearing about all of your updates and happiness in the years ahead. Best wishes, and thinking of you both. Bye.
Hey, Walt and Lena, congratulations. My wedding advice to you is the same, and that's to enjoy the journey of marriage. Don't make it a series of destinations to get to. From the mundane to the magical, celebrate it together and trust God to do something amazing in your lives. And we're great to be celebrating it with you today, and I wish you all the best. Have a great one.
Flying into silence, broken pieces lying around where it went down. Water rising back to silence, quietly crying, wondering how. And look at us now. We thought our love would take the world by storm. Are we too far apart? Two worlds among the stars. You're gonna take a piece of my heart if you leave. So it's two separate ways, or am I too late to say? I wanna fight for what we got, 'cause I believe.
And then after the wedding, the Slav squad put on a play depicting Walt and Lena telling their family about the new relationship and so on. Bear in mind, most of them can't speak English at all, so this was all rehearsed.
Oh, I'm so excited about Easter in our church. It must be great. By the way, are you going to come to our home church today? We will be celebrating at the countryside.
I haven't decided yet. I'm a little busy.
Oh, come on. I have already forgotten when I saw you last time at the home church. What's the matter?
Everything is okay. I'm just busy.
Wait a minute. I have never seen you so happy. Well, lady, tell me, who is here?
What do you mean?
I see it on your face. You're in love.
Well, I don't want to hide anything from you. Please, promise me that you won't tell anybody, okay?
Yes, I do.
Well, I met a guy. His name is Walter, and he's imposing Italian. He works and lives in Cape Town in RSI. And we will have a wedding in August, and you're invited.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me. Okay, Google. RSA. Africa? Are you serious? Your market still wallets and crocodiles walking on the street. And what did the Italian forget in Africa? Oh, I'm so worried about you and will pray for the situation.
Don't be so worried, because everything will be so great. You will see it.
I hope so. And now the last scene, all together at the airport in Cape Town. Oh, guys, nice to meet you. You're so cool. Oh, big job. It's okay. I'm fine.
Sorry. I'm so glad to see in Cape Town my friends from Belarus.
Well, guys, frankly speaking, it was afraid a little bit to come here and to trust strangers. But when I have seen your friendly faces and all the beauty around, I understood that it was really worthy.
At first, we are also afraid sorry, don't, you lived near Russia, but you are cool, and May, Lena cannot be from bad country, so you're welcome.
Stop.
The last speech.
Friendly speaking, all people are relatives. And we Belarusians, with you South Africans, are much closer to each other through Jesus Christ. Yeah? So, dear Walter and Lena, your love cannot be divided even by oceans. So, we wish you to save it and multiply. Thank you for inviting us, and we will be waiting for you in Belarus in the nearest future. Thank you, guys.
Next day, me and Mick took the Slav squad out to Noordhoek Beach to watch the sunrise, and stole a bit of time to just drink in the beauty there and reflect on the week. It was quite nice to view the city and the country through the eyes of a tourist and just realize how much we take for granted here. You know, we take for granted so much. Like, these guys were noticing how beautiful our birds were, things like that, which you just completely ignore when you live here and you're so used to it. We have so many problems and we know all of those, but it's nice to just every once in a while just take a step back and reflect and just realize that there are some really incredible things about this place and some really beautiful opportunities and beautiful moments here, and it's just nice to see those through a lens that you're not used to looking at them. So it was a really great week. I enjoyed it.